NCIS Origins is all new CBS next Monday, 10/9 Central, and streaming on Paramount+.
The Survivor season finale begins CBS Wednesday at 8/7 Central.
A few light snow showers around for tonight, given a very light accumulation. That trend will continue into Tuesday. Things change, though, by Wednesday. Details at 11.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, a suspect has been arrested in the connection of an assassin-style shooting that took the life of a healthcare CEO. We'll have the latest. Plus, in New York, the former Marine charged with the death of a man following a subway altercation has been found not guilty by a jury of his peers. And the Marquette City Council gives an update on the long-closed Old Cliffs Dow property on Presque Isle Island. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
This is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Not seeing a lot in the way of precipitation here for the Marquette region for the balance of tonight and into tomorrow. You can see pretty uniform temperatures. We'll start out in the lower to mid 20s. We will end in the lower to mid 20s. Northwest flow may set off some isolated snow showers here. Better chances of some accumulations along the western shores of the Upper Peninsula, with temperatures into the low 20s by 8 o'clock. The rest of the week's forecast coming up later in the show. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Tom. A person of interest in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson appeared in court on gun charges tonight. 26-year-old Luigi Mangione was taken into custody in Altoona, Pennsylvania today. Jess Sidorowitz has the latest from outside the courthouse.
26-year-old Luigi Mangione, a former prep school valedictorian and Ivy League engineer, arrived at court in Pennsylvania, handcuffed Monday night to face multiple charges. Police say he is a strong person of interest in the shooting death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson.
Justice will be delivered in this case.
Mangione was picked up Monday morning at this McDonald's restaurant in Altoona, Pennsylvania, about 280 miles west of the murder scene in New York City, after he was recognized by an employee. Responding officers say Mangione was wearing a blue medical mask, sitting at a table with a laptop.
My partner and I recognized him immediately.
Officer Tyler Fry, a rookie on the job for just 6 months, made the arrest.
He didn't even think twice about it. We knew that was our guy.
He had asked the suspect if he had been in New York City recently, and that really invoked a physical reaction from the suspect. He became visibly nervous, kind of shaking at that question.
Police say Mangione gave them a fake ID, the same one used to check into a New York City hostel before last Wednesday's shooting. Investigators also say he had a gun with a silencer in his backpack.
The gun appears to be a ghost gun, may have been made on a 3D printer.
Police say he was carrying multiple fake IDs along with a handwritten document detailing anger against corporate America and the healthcare industry.
In some dark corners, this killer is being hailed as a hero. Hear me on this. He is no hero. The real hero in this story is the person who called 911 at McDonald's this morning.
Police believe the gunman left New York City immediately after the shooting and then spent several days in Pennsylvania.
New York City is expected to charge Mangione soon, and they will attempt to extradite him back to Manhattan. The U.S. government is closely monitoring the situation in Syria after the fall of the Assad dictatorship. Torian Small has the details from Washington.
In Aleppo's reopened markets, Syrians are trying to get on with their lives after seeing the fall of Bashar al-Assad's regime. For some, the end of the dictatorship means freedom. These family members search one of Assad's infamous prisons for loved ones who have been locked up for years.
Families weeping as they embrace children, husbands, wives, who've spent years locked away in the Assad regime's prison.
The U.S. says it is searching for journalist Austin Tice, who was imprisoned in Syria and believed to still be alive.
Events that unfolded over the weekend in Damascus may present an opportunity to get a little bit more information about where he is, what condition he's in, and what we may be able to do to get him home.
There is a leadership void in Syria right now, and both the U.S. and Israel are using this time to carry out military missions in the country.
The end of this regime is a defeat for all who enabled its barbarity and its corruption, none more than Iran, Hezbollah, and Russia. So this moment presents a historic opportunity, but it also carries considerable risks.
The U.S. and Israel conducted airstrikes on ISIS positions and suspected chemical weapon sites. And Israeli forces have moved into parts of Syria to create a buffer zone in the Golan Heights.
To prevent hostile jihadi armed forces and Hezbollah from entering the area.
Israel says its forces are in Syria temporarily.
The Pentagon says it saw an opportunity to carry out the strikes when Russian forces, which had been supporting the Assad regime, pulled out. Donald Trump is back in the U.S. after a presidential-looking trip to France, and he's already spelling out his plans for the country when he takes office 6 weeks from today. As Nicole Killian reports, they include mass deportations, which could sweep up immigrants who are in the country legally with their families.
President-elect Donald Trump says border security will be top on his list following through on a campaign pledge.
Is it realistic to deport everyone who's here illegally?
You have no choice. First of all, they're costing us a fortune. But we're starting with the criminals, and we got to do it.
In his first post-election interview on NBC's Meet the Press, Trump said his mass deportation proposal could include families with mixed citizenship.
The only way you don't break up the family is you keep them together, and you have to send them all back.
But he's open to allowing dreamers, those who came to the U.S. as children, to stay. And he wants to end birthright citizenship through executive order.
Can you get around the 14th Amendment with an executive action?
Well, we're going to have to get a change. We'll maybe have to go back to the people, but we have to end it.
The president-elect also vowed not to go after political rivals like President Joe Biden.
I'm really looking to make our country successful. Retribution will be through success.
But on day one, he says he'd pardon those who attacked the Capitol on January 6th and believes lawmakers who investigated it should be behind bars instead.
And Cheney was behind it, and so was Benny Thompson and everybody on that committee. For what they did, honestly, they should go to jail.
Cheney slammed Trump's idea as a continuation of his assault on the rule of law. The interview was part of a whirlwind weekend on the world stage, where Trump attended the reopening of the Notre Dame Cathedral, meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron, Prince William, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Trump said Zelensky is ready to make a deal and called for an immediate ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia.
Overnight, the president-elect named his personal attorney, Alina Habba, to serve as counselor to the president. He's also defending some of his controversial picks, like Tulsi Gabbard for Intel Director, Pete Hegseth for Defense, and Kash Patel for the FBI. They're expected on Capitol Hill this week.
An ex-Marine who put a fatal chokehold on a New York City subway rider has been acquitted. Tim McNichols has more from outside the courthouse in New York.
We're devastated, upset, angry, hurt.
Family and supporters of Jordan Neely were dismayed after a New York jury acquitted his killer. 26-year-old Daniel Penny gripped Neely around the neck on the floor of a subway car for about 6 minutes, strap hangers capturing some of it on video. Neely struggled with homelessness, drug addiction, and mental health issues, and subway passengers say he entered the train acting erratically and shouting threats.
He said, "I'm willing to die, I'm willing to die."
Prosecutors conceded some force was necessary, but argued Penny used excessive force.
I miss my son. My son didn't have to go through this. I didn't have to go through this either. The system is rigged.
Demonstrators were on the street throughout this trial, their protests audible all the way up on the 13th floor where the courtroom is located. And Monday, passions flared there too. Reporter Alice Gaynor was in the courtroom when the verdict was read.
From that moment on, it was chaos in the courtroom. Tim, I can't tell you the last time I sat in a courtroom and heard such a reaction like that when a verdict was read. There were people cheering, borderline screaming applause, but then you had other people, Jordan Neely's family, very upset. His father actually had to leave the courtroom because he stood up and he was swearing.
Penny was whisked away after the proceedings. The case took a twist Friday when jurors deadlocked on the more serious charge of second-degree manslaughter.
I think it is fair to assume that some people entered the room ready to convict. So something happened pretty quickly, frankly, that turned this jury to a not guilty verdict.
That panel ultimately agreeing to acquit on the lesser count of criminally negligent homicide.
The Marquette City Commission held their regular meeting tonight. They approved an appointment to the Planning Commission, heard reports from the Local Development Finance Authority, and gave a status update on the Old Cliffs Dow property. The commission heard from Tri-Media, the engineering firm tasked with the site's remediation. However, there were no major developments. However, work continues to determine the contamination source and how best to address the issue before any new development takes place.
What we're probably going to see later on down the road, nothing really overnight, is another discussion with the City Commission on what potentially they would like to see there, and then also really including the community on some of that discussion as well.
The property was used in the manufacturing of charcoal. The plant closed in 1969. Tom DeVecchio takes a look at our first warning weather forecast when we come back. Plus, we'll see what benefits there are when taking the time to read with your children. And many are getting their homes ready for Christmas, but with that comes hundreds of injuries every year. We'll hear about some of the dangers and how to prevent them after this.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
The wait is over. England Furniture's quick shipping is back at Kirkish Furniture. Choose your style and fabric and receive your furniture in as little as 30 days. Browse our in-stock selection or let our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus 1 year free financing and free delivery.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
May the light in your heart and in your home shine extra bright this holiday season.
Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
We are here, around the clock, in all weather. Your home away from home in medical crisis. We've seen it all, weddings through holidays. We don't have all the answers, but we're always present. It isn't for the thank you. We do it for our guests like Tom, Pam, and Nora. And your support brings warmth and comfort to families in need. Please donate today and help us make it home.
This week,
Stephen Colbert, everybody!
The Late Show's all new with Dua Lipa, Billy Crystal, John Baptiste, and Timothy Chalamet. New Colbert, CBS this week.
This is home for CBS, WZMQ 19.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
We'll squeeze out a few light snow showers and flurries for the balance of tonight. The colder temperatures, watch for some ice on the roadways after we had the milder temperatures for today. And the slickness there, any untreated roads will be slick. Otherwise, not much in the way of precipitation here as we head on through Tuesday, other than perhaps along the western shores of Lake Superior with some of that lake effect. It'll be a little bit more snowy as we head on toward Wednesday. Even Marquette will get in on some of the snow action here, perhaps a couple of inches. After that, coldest day of the season coming in for Thursday into Friday. Not seeing a lot of snow. But don't expect the highs to get out of the teens. So for the kids, bundle them up for that typical cold weather here. We start out near 24. You'll come home with almost identical temperatures here. Cold, squeeze out a little bit of light snow or some flurries around. This should be 30%, not 80%. I don't see much snow at all for the kids. Winds becoming west-northwest. Classic flow here for at least some limited lake effect along the western shores there. But typically Marquette doesn't get hit with this, and that will be the case for Tuesday. As we head into the futurecast here it is for the balance tonight. We'll get some of those light snow showers there from Houghton toward Ironwood. And other than that, we'll see not a lot during the day tomorrow here. Into Tuesday night, snow starts to pick up with a little help from some upper level waves. There's even a bit of a spin here with this, and that will set off some of those snow bands, and that will traverse across the Upper Peninsula through the day with the highest amounts here with some lake enhancement on the western sides once again. How much snow are we expecting? For most of you, little, if any, maybe another inch along the western shores of Lake Superior, and that trend continues into Tuesday, maybe an inch or two, but little, if any, from Marquette, Iron Mountain, and areas east, maybe up to an inch out toward Munising and perhaps north of Newberry. Tuesday night to Wednesday, that's when the snow kicks into gear here. Even Marquette will get a couple of inches. Munising will also see several inches of snow. Could get up to a foot toward Ironwood by the end of the day on Wednesdays. For the balance of tonight, get a little light snow and flurries here and there. Nothing big time, though. That trend will continue into tomorrow with the western areas from Lance westward toward Lake Superior getting the most snow, perhaps an inch or two. Then snow likely most areas Wednesday. Look at that. Ooh, 13 for a high on Thursday, knocking out the single digits. Will be bitter cold as well for Friday. Not seeing a lot of snow. High pressure right over us. That should really limit any lake effect. We're back to some warmer temperatures, though, so head toward the upcoming weekend.
Thank you, Tom. Many studies show the benefits of reading to children that go beyond literacy. Now the American Academy of Pediatrics is putting the spotlight on the positive parenting practice of shared reading. And as Michael George tells us, it should start when children are infants.
Ooh, yummy, yummy. 1-year-old Saori is trying to eat the delicious fruit she sees in her favorite book. Her mom, Julissa Costa, started reading to her when she was just an infant.
She was licking the book. She wanted that blueberry. They still are able to understand the concepts that you give them, no matter how small you think they are.
The American Academy of Pediatrics says it's something all parents and caregivers should be doing. Reading aloud with newborns and young children, because the positive parenting practice has benefits for a lifetime.
We've known for years that young children who have parents who look at books with them and talk to them, that their language development is improved. Those positive experiences also shape the child's social and emotional development, shape the child's excitement later on when it comes time to go to school.
Study author Dr. Perry Klass says print books are best for young children.
Holding the book, turning the pages, all of that helps young children understand how the books work and how they can elicit from their parents the kinds of reactions and language that they want to hear.
The AAP says pediatricians should encourage shared reading at least through kindergarten.
Lola's daddy reads a story.
The Acosta's pediatrician works with Reach Out and Read, which provides books in low-income communities in New York at child well visits.
I want my kids to know that no matter where they live, what era they come from, we can have a window into another world through reading.
You love cheese. A world filled with discovery and adventures.
The AAP emphasizes that while touchscreens and other electronic devices are popular for reading, they do not offer the same interactive benefits of reading a print book altogether. According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, there are around 160 decorating-related injuries every day during the holiday season, and sometimes those accidents are deadly. Christine Lazar reports.
Last year, on Christmas Day, firefighters rushed to a Miami area home after the Christmas tree caught fire, leaving behind major damage. No one was injured, but in 2021, a similar situation near Philadelphia turned deadly. Investigators believe a faulty electric star on top of a dry tree led to the fire that killed a father and 2 of his children.
Why is it so important that we make sure that our Christmas tree is watered?
If your Christmas tree isn't watered, it gets dry really fast, and a dry tree can go up in a burst of flames.
Alexander Hohen-Sarek is chair of the Consumer Product Safety Commission, which set up this demonstration to show just how fast it can happen. Both trees are set on fire with a device at the bottom. The one on the left is watered and the flame smolders. The one on the right is dry, and in seconds, the ceiling is engulfed in flames. Experts say candles can also pose a danger. It's important to not place them next to anything flammable. And every year, people get hurt putting up decorations. During the 2023 holiday season, nearly 15,000 people were treated for decorating-related injuries.
We see a lot of falls around this time of year, mostly from people using ladders. Have somebody there to spot you when you're using a ladder. Put the ladder on a firm, flat surface to ensure that it's not going to tip over.
If you are using that ladder to put up lights, make sure there are no frayed wires or loose sockets. A simple step that can prevent a tragedy this holiday season.
Safety experts say it's also important not to overload electrical outlets, and if you buy an artificial tree, make sure it has a fire-resistant label and is certified by a respected laboratory. Still to come on your 19 News, Schoolcraft Memorial Hospital is holding their annual Festival of Trees. We'll see how the community is getting involved when we come back.
It's Men's Night at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette. Join me for fun, food, music, prizes, and more. This year's grand prize is the ultimate outdoor package with prizes for Marquette Golf Club and the Marquette Sports Rack. Join me Friday, December 13th from 5 to 8 p.m. Whether it's your first time or 20th time, come be part of the Men's Night tradition at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette.
Richardson Jewelers.
This week,
Stephen Colbert, everybody.
The Late Show's all new with Dua Lipa, Billy Crystal, John Baptiste, and Timothy Chalamet. New Colbert, CBS This Week.
I think Auto Armor is a great product to prolong the life of your vehicle. Paint protection, rust proofing, interior, exterior protection. This will be the second vehicle that I have purchased. I think Auto Armor, again, prolong the life of the vehicle. It is an inexpensive investment for the longevity of a high-cost investment. I would recommend Auto Armor to anybody.
Riverside knows it's more than just a car.
It's watching your kids grow up. Bye, Mom. It's Girls' Day.
It's priceless weekends of happy campers.
And Riverside is more than just a car dealership.
We're your trusted certified service center.
Providing you with peace of mind with reliable and safe transportation. It's not just a car, it's an extension of you.
And Riverside is not just a dealership.
We're your dealership.
Selection, quality, and price. What matters to you matters to us at Riverside Auto Group.
She's fair.
Untrue, Your Honor.
What, you're going to have your turn.
She's inquisitive.
What in the world led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Kevin Hodge.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. With last winter's warm weather behind us, winter sports enthusiasts are hoping for more normal winter conditions this season. Marquette Mountain has been making snow since late November. So far, the ski resort has been able to lay down a decent base with their snowmaking equipment. The goal is to maintain the man-made snow for as long as possible, with the hopes of adding more natural snow later this week. According to Marquette Mountain's general manager, Kate Johnson, the resort is scheduled to open on the 14th of this month.
The last few seasons that I've been here, we've opened either the first or second weekend of December, outside of last year. Last year's an anomaly. So we're on pace right now to open when we have been opening in, I'd say, the last 5 years.
Johnson says as long as we get freezing temperatures during the overnight hours, snowmaking can continue. The snowmaking machines have been running almost nonstop for 2 weeks. UP businesses are lighting up a Manistique healthcare organization to celebrate the holidays and to ensure patients continue to receive the best care possible. Our Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons has the story.
The Schoolcraft Memorial Hospital atrium looks more like a winter wonderland for the 6th annual Festival of Trees.
Every year it brings businesses across the UP together. They donate prizes, they decorate trees, they sponsor wreaths.
Each of these 30 trees is thematically decorated with unique prizes underneath that anyone can win.
We have a variety of prizes online in the auction if you can't make it. Getaways, gift cards, wreaths, trees. The raffle, however, you have to come here so you can put your raffle tickets in the prize you want. want to win. And our raffle tickets are 5 for $10.
The festival also includes fun events throughout the week.
We actually turn down all the lights in the atrium. We do yoga this Wednesday at 7 p.m. It's only $10. We also have a paint and sip class at La Tulip Brewing Company in Cooks, Michigan, and that's always a fun time.
The funds raised will allow the hospital to purchase new EKG and EEG machines and provide the best care to patients.
One thing we really value at Schoolcraft Memorial Hospital is staying up to date, state-of-the-art equipment, always reinvesting in our community and making sure our patients have what they need for the proper diagnostics.
Festival of Trees winners will be announced on Saturday. Schoolcraft Memorial Hospital invites the public to enjoy this festive display of the community's creativity and its spirit of giving.
Every year it just keeps getting bigger and better. It shines light on local businesses, but it just shows their generosity. Often we get the compliments and it's like, no, this is the community. These are the sponsors. They're so amazing.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Manistee.
To check out the Festival of Trees online auction, visit WZMQ19.com. Nominations for the 82nd Golden Globes were announced this morning, and Wicked and Dune Part 2 are among the blockbusters nominated in the top categories. But it's an unconventional Netflix film that leads the pack. Danya Bacchus reports from Los Angeles.
The Netflix musical Emilia Perez, about a Mexican cartel leader who undergoes gender reassignment surgery, leads this year's Golden Globe nominations with 10, including 1 for Best Film Musical or Comedy.
My whole life will change.
It is going up against the blockbuster Wicked, as well as Anora, Challengers, A Real Pain, and The Substance.
You're green.
I am. It's a battle of the pop stars in the Best Supporting Actress category, with Wicked's Ariana Grande versus Selena Gomez and Emilia Perez. Also nominated in that category, Gomez's co-star Zoe Saldana.
Oh, where have you been, my blue-eyed son?
Timothée Chalamet stars in 2 of the nominees for Best Motion Picture Drama, Dune Part 2, and the Bob Dylan biopic, A Complete Unknown. Rounding out the category are The Brutalist, The Vatican Thriller, Conclave, Nickel Boys, and September 5. Chalamet, who received a Best Actor nod for A Complete Unknown, is just one major star to score a nomination. Others include Zendaya, Angelina Jolie, and Denzel Washington, who earned a nomination for his role in Gladiator 2. On the television side, in the Best Television Drama category, the nominees are The Day of the Jackal, The Diplomat, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Shogun, Slow Horses, and Squid Game. And for Best Television Comedy or Musical, the nominees are Abbott Elementary, The Bear, The Gentleman, Hacks, Nobody Wants This, and Only Murders in the Building. Nikki Glazer will host the Golden Globes live Sunday, January 5th on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
This year's Golden Globe Lifetime Achievement recipients are Ted Danson and Viola Davis, but they will receive their award at a gala dinner 2 days before the award show. Now don't go away. Tom DeVecchio has your final look at weather when we come back.
Here's an important message from the U.S. Med Diabetes Solutions Center. If you have diabetes, you know the pain of pricking your fingers. But now, by wearing a small device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce your pain right away. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you use insulin daily, you might be eligible to get your own continuous glucose monitor. Call the U.S. Med Diabetes Solutions Center to learn about this groundbreaking new CGM technology. If you have Medicare or private insurance, call to see if you qualify for a CGM at little or no cost. Shipping is free and will even bill your insurance company for you. U.S. Med is the #1 rated supplier on Google and Facebook reviews. So call us right now to see if you qualify for a CGM at little or no cost. U.S. Med. Better service. Better care.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Save big money on your next painting project at Menards. Pittsburgh Ultra Interior Paint and Primer in One provides a durable, washable finish. Grab a gallon of Ultra Interior Paint, starting at just $18.97. Give your home a grand finish with Pittsburgh Grand Distinction Interior Paint. It's a premium paint and primer with excellent durability and comes in over 750 one-coat colors. A gallon starts at $32.87 after $7 mail-in rebate.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
To catch him, they'll use every trick in the book.
Top investigators and police use the latest forensic science to uncover the truth and solve real cases. The devil is always in the details. Forensic Factor.
Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Little light snow and flurry action around 4 tonight. On that light westerly flow, as you might expect, most of the accumulation tonight, if any, would be toward areas from Ironwood toward Houghton, where we could get up to an inch. But most areas, including Marquette, Iron Mountain, and toward the east, little of any accumulation for tonight. Into tomorrow, similar situation, not much here, Marquette, Iron River, Iron Mountain, an inch or two along the western shores inland from the lake. And then Wednesday, things get a little more prominent. See some decent snow amounts here, particularly toward Ironwood, but even Marquette, you can get a couple of inches of snow from this lake effect event, and perhaps off toward Munising and along the shores east of Marquette. Otherwise, temperatures for tomorrow near 30, not much. Cold for Wednesday with those snow showers. Bitter cold for Thursday and Friday, as you can see, but a quick warm-up as we head toward the upcoming weekend. Kevin?
Thanks again, Tom. Finally tonight, 3 dinosaur skeletons will go under the hammer in London this month. The prehistoric treasures include a Stegosaurus and a pair of Allosauruses. These dinosaurs date back, that is not a dinosaur, that is good old Tom DeVecchio, there we go. These dinosaurs date back to the Jurassic period, around 150 million years ago. Now their skeletons stand in the galleries of Christie's Auction House in London, frozen in time. All 3 were excavated from the same Wyoming quarry. Their bones now a shade of black from millennia spent underground. There's a pair of Allosauruses, an adult and a juvenile, and there's a distinctive Stegosaurus with its spiky spinal plates atop the skeleton. 144 of its bones were discovered, with additional elements cast, sculpted, and 3D printed to recreate the mighty creature. And that's all the time we have for tonight, folks. See you again tomorrow.
Buckle's Party Store, it's where the party starts in Calumet, with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brewed beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckle's Party Store in Calumet, it's where the party starts for everyone.